Hello, everybody. Welcome to Buy Low Everything. It is our grand finale episode tonight as we're covering Tennessee. It's so glad to be with us here this evening. I'm Connor's Adventures 9484. Oh my goodness. A lot of work going in this evening. Along with this project that I've been doing now for a few weeks, where we do Buy Low Everything and all that kind of stuff, like have some fun. Remember this grocery store right over here that went out of business in 2021, again, due to their banners elimination. Previously on Buy Low Everything, we actually got to do some things across South Carolina. If you look at my short on YouTube, pretty much I'm probably going to give you a recap just in case. So let's go ahead and go over to that video now. I sent it in as short, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen on my end before we get started and actually get into what happened last time with the states that we've covered so far. This is it. The grand finale of Buy Low Everything right now. Welcome to Minute Adventures, where we take a look at stuff and everything for the channel in just 1 minute. Tomorrow night at 6, we'll have our final state of Buy Low stores. It's the state of the Great Smoky Mountains and a lot of food cities. It's the Buy Low Everything grand finale, Tennessee. What I'm going to show you now is some clips for one local Buy Low location by each state that we've covered so far. One of which, this is my awesome favorite Buy Low store. It had that 90s, 2000s early look with a dash in the middle. And this in Dalton, Georgia. And there's this one right there in Pineville, North Carolina with the liquidation signs of the former Buy Low itself. And in South Carolina, we managed to get a look at a Buy Low video from my home city. And there it is. What happened this far on Buy Low Everything? We covered North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia. We're getting ready to go ahead and do Tennessee right now. So without any further ado, welcome to the Buy Low Everything Studios. I know it's a little bit trashy in some areas, but I promise it'll be worth your while trying to get stuff here in tonight. So, are y'all ready? Because I am. A lot of people might not be, but it's totally fine. But it's time now to catch some Buy Low stores, and this will be our last one for the area of Tennessee. So this is like a southeastern grocers thing. I also use this thing here because it shows us a lot of things on which I get my information from the Buy Low closings. It's on this fan website from Malls and Retail Wiki. I'm going to give credit to you at the very end of the live stream. So that's the one I've been using to try to track down all those Buy Low locations one step at a time at this point. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started. All right. Get it off of this thing real quick and share this tab instead, and then punch the thing back up. There we go. And that's South Carolina location. I'm not going to specify where I am, but I know I'm in South Carolina, the upstate region, so it makes a whole lot of sense. Right, let's go ahead and jump onto the Tennessee train. Our first one, Athens, only had one Buy Low location at 1866 Decatur Pike. All right, here we go. This is our very first one right here. Became Dunham's Sports later, but let's just take a look at the abandonment, what this thing has went through before. So I know this Dunham's Sports used to be a Buy Low. There would be a label scar right up here saying Buy Low, but then it later became, trying to read it, I've been trying to study this all this time, but it was wholesale. It was a wholesale place. Can y'all read it? TRNLEN. I don't know. I can't read that. But it was, from the looks, kind of like a food sale outlet or something like that. Then Dunham Sports takes over. But something you probably did not know, there was an existing Kmart in this plaza as well, all the way down here, and it looked like the one in Easley that I remember posting up on easily-closings.fandom.com. So we forgot to put the graphic up. I am terribly sorry about that. That was on our end. You probably see nothing right now, but that area, I promise, I will get back to that area quickly in just a second. By the way, the Mars thing out, and we could change backgrounds. So there's also video ones that I like using. So we'll keep the video one, the green affiliate thing for the bio thing. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Hold on just a moment. I was trying to get the entire thing punched up. I forgot how StreamYard works, kind of. There's also a director team you probably have seen behind me, Offset, that also controls the entire area. Yeah, you are too late. Oh my goodness. And this is just not the correct information. So anyways, we are doing a Bilo everything stream. Apparently we don't have that according to something like that, but let's just put this right here. Tennessee Bilo locations, some in Chattanooga. Yes, they did become food cities, but some of them did close down. So we're going to go ahead and get going. So let's just forget about what's happening and just move on. Athens, Tennessee had a Kmart over there. I believe it closed in the 2010s, if I had to guess. Used to go there a lot. Now it's a Hobby Lobby and a Bargain Hunt, but Bargain Hunt closed and went bankrupt in February 2025 because I remember filming the going out of business sale at Easley when they were shutting down in February of that said year. But we'll actually do a Bargain Hunt everything pretty soon. As soon as we get done with Bilo, I'll probably have a project to do Bargain Hunt everything in the entire store. But this is the one I like. I've never seen stuff like that. That's a video. I have to get away right there. But they were liquidated. All their locations closing this past year. I might either do that or I might do Party City everything if you want. This will be a lot of locations, though. So we're going to have to see how that goes. So, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Getting back to the Bilo store, okay? I'm getting a little bit off topic here. The Bilo store there also shows us, by the way, credits to those who actually took pictures for that. Pictures, photographs, whatever. I give credit to you. All right. So the Kmart had closed in 2016, I'm pretty sure. Probably early 2017, if I had to guess. Let me just take a look at the plaza, just clarify. So it was an old school style Kmart building. We had that in Easley, but that shut down in 2015 because I was there their last day. It was January 18th, 2015 when they closed. So 2016, they say this is still open. Going into February. So it was a late 2016 closing, early 2017, probably in January, if I had to guess. Going back in time, in 2009, you don't see anything with a Bilo reference, but that would say Bilo up there. January 2008, apparently Congress, well, never mind. It was the Congress Mall or whatever. It became that in 2008 was a Bilo. There's the wonderful Bilo logo from 2007. Then going back in time, something like that. They just kept that. Probably 2006, 2007, 2005, or whatever. But that's that logo there thus far. That's one of our locations out of the bin. Let's go to the next one. Chattanooga. I'm pretty sure all Chattanooga area stores were converted to food cities. So we're going to start with those right here. There were only about, let me count, 7 locations in Chattanooga. So let's go to the first one right here. It's on 3801 Tennessee Avenue, obviously converted to Food City in 2015. All Chattanooga area stores were closed by 2015, but I'm going to go ahead and run down the showcases because a lot of them were converted to Food City prior to Bilo's closing in 2015. So we're going to go to the first one, see if we actually have a picture of this one. This was a Bilo. I really doubt it, but if we did, I would have been so happy and all that kind of stuff, whatever. Let's go ahead and go back. In fact, we do. 2007. Bilo drugstore, and there's the Bilo logo right there. I'm not making it up. It was a Bilo. There we go. Then obviously converted to Food City, and that's now keeping it scheme for the very day. Our next location up the bat, 4510 Tennessee 58, also a Food City store. That's also in the Chattanooga area. Let's go ahead and get up right there. The Savings Without Sacrifice brand, which you see right here on the Food City logo. Still rocking that scheme or whatever. That used to be a Bilo location. In fact, if we go back all the way to 2018, you can still kind of make out resemblance of it, but I can't even see the Bilo logo that great. So let's go time traveling again. Let's go have some fun, probably like 2017. Yeah, Food City. This one became Food City in 2015. All right, here we go. BILO, right there. The Savings Without Sacrifice scheme. And it's got the food and pharmacy with a leaf on it. Oh my goodness. But I cannot make out what this bottom text says, or if they even got rid of it. I'm going to try to figure it out right now. There's Food City again. Oh, bakery and cafe. Oh, that's a bummer. But they had a different logo from 2009 with the older 80s and 90s and early 2000s logos on the building right there. So that's going to rock this area. And yes, we all know what became a Food City. Some of them later became Food City, and some of them that I saw on YouTube or online had closed their doors permanently. No, I don't want to fix an address. Discard. The next one's on Hickson Pike. And it... Okay, if this thing won't stop doing that, I will have to restart the entire thing itself. You can clearly see that this right here had a BILO Savings Without Sacrifice scheme, kind of like the one in Pickens, South Carolina. But going back into time, Food City just rocking it strong right now. Obviously, 2015 it closed and converted to that. Here we are in the Chattanooga area. Have a better look as this became what we have a good picture of the Savings Without Sacrifice scheme on this BILO location. Now it went until about 2014, 2013, something like that. And it's like an old BILO, the one in Easley. You can see the BILO logo rocking the 90s, obviously. Let's go to 2014. I'll be back in about a minute, maybe. Everything is being really stupid right now, so I have to reset the Wi-Fi thing. Make sure YouTube was disconnected. Guys, stay tuned. All right, sorry I have to do this, but this from my end, it's not working. So we're just gonna have to see what's going on here. My bad. First time I had to use this thing in a while because this thing is doing something wrong, this computer right here, and it's making me having to use this thing. I've never had to use that in about past 5 or so ish streams ago. So that must have been something difficult. I thought I had to sound block for this thing. Oh, in fact, I do. Let me go ahead and get this thing right quick while the computer takes its time to do its thing. We'll go all the way over here. So you kind of see me walking off camera there for a moment. So you can't hear me pretty good because the microphone is only used on the HP that I have on the desk right here. I think it's under here. Yeah, it is under here. Usually be something like this, like right here. When I suspect a problem, I'll be like, like that. And people can actually see it on the desk side too. So honestly, I'd make things a little easier, but I like it upside down for some reason like that. That's what judges would not have to go for. Guys, hold on just a moment. Technical difficulties are not fun, okay? They are not fun at all. I'm going to have to reset the Wi-Fi real quick. Be right back. We are back with Bilo Everything. We've had some technical difficulties on our snag earlier. Let's go back to the one we were talking about on Hicks and Pike. For this, oh boy, that's not good. That is not good. That is not good. And it's back onto us. Oh my goodness. And then there's camera 2 already back on there. I am not controlling the camera switches. However, it's a director behind the scenes. So I think we're having a dastardly computer meltdown right now. Those dastardly computers, as Frank Coletta would say over in Rhode Island, Providence, Rhode Island. Pretty much familiar town. Pretty much, probably like me. Well, anyways, we're going to try to fix this right now. Let's try to get it on this run, okay? Let's get back on a run right here. That's what I was trying to show you. With a savings without sacrifice scheme, then they closed for a Food City conversion. Moving on to 2025, though, in January, still rocking strong. A beautiful location for it, too. You can tell that there was leaves over there. I think that might have been a Family Dollar or CVS pharmacy. It was a CVS pharmacy. I was thinking Family Dollar vibes for a minute. Also, Candace, if you're watching me here doing Bilo Everything, I don't think you are, but if so, hi, Candace. She's probably not. She's working the Liberty Family Dollar closing. That's much funny. Speaking of January 2025, how about it being converted into a great, best Chattanooga area for Food City? Because all of Chattanooga's Bilos, or the Chattanooga area Bilo stores, were converted to Food City. We talking Food City now. Their place is really good, really better. Let's go to another area this time at 1600 East 23rd Street. Was a former Kroger, then became Bilo before becoming Food City, before closing their doors. That's the one that I was trying to talk about earlier in the screen. That's right. Kroger came in, Kroger moved out. Bilo moved in, Bilo got bought Food City. Converted to Food City is out. Oh, boy, but it's not good. If this was a food desert area, I feel so bad for it, as we all know that Food City had to have closed in 2025. No, 2024. It's already closed to begin with. 2015 in June, this was a month prior to the Bilo conversion to a location there, a Food City. We all know that Food City died over here, and it didn't work. It said Deli and Bakery, Food and Pharmacy. That's left by either Kroger or Bilo, more likely Bilo. Kroger closed in the early 2000s, by the way. Maybe the 90s. I don't know. But honestly, at the same time, yeah. All right, about halfway there. Halfway there, everybody. Let's keep the train moving. The next one we have right here is on 6951 Lee Highway. I almost said Lee Harvey, or I don't know. It's a Lee Highway, not Lee Harvey. Oh, my goodness. Silly. All right, this was a Bilo location, obviously, to clarify, as well back then. And it kind of looked like a Bilo from the 70s, 80s, or something like that. Probably in a conversion like that. Here's the Bilo logo. Communication there for 2011. And a year before it got converted to Food City. There it is right there. And apparently this thing's staying in the middle of this. I like the facade of this. Oh, well. It closed, and then Food City got their own, replaced that in 2015. I was like, oh, no, not the old Bilo scheme. 2022, courtesy of DSP, everything looking good there on sales. In September 2023, still rocking strong, still has some of the aesthetics from when this was a Bilo at one point. So you pretty much get the idea on what's going on. Note, some Food City stores that I did on the recordings that I had to take down due to a violation. Those Wait, is there? No, there's no music playing this hour. You can just see double camera angles. Got to fix that right now. So here we go. Full screen layout of this thing. Maybe it'll work this time. But anyways, Food City, we pretty much got the point of what happened. All right, next up to bat is 703 Signal Mountain Road. Obviously also converted to a Food City store. So I'm not even going to say former Bilo or anything like that in the Chattanooga area because I knew, or I'm not going to be like, this became Food City and stays open or has closed their doors, because we all know what happened in 2015 to all of the Bilo stores in the Chattanooga area being converted to a Food City. Yeah, this right here used to say Bilo. This is the corner style of savings without sacrifice thing that a lot of us were not aware of. The entire thing is a little bit big than the actual facade of the Bilo, but what host a facade of the Bilo, kind of a bigger sized store or something like that. That makes sense. But what's crazy enough, as in 2023, the Bilo leaves are still on the window. Oh my god! Oh! You made a mistake, Food City. You did not paint over this or remove that. You kind of left the Bilo scheme right there. And I'm not joking. It's literally right there. I can see it. Oh, my goodness. And then we all know that used to be a Bilo because I could tell from the scheme itself on that window. In 2008, it looked different. Did not go to its savings without sacrifice scheme until 2011. And you had that old school style. But remember, that was rare. Absolutely rare. Absolutely rare. Next up. 7804 East Brainerd Road. Let's go ahead and go to that one right now. Making things go a little quicker now because I want to get done 4-7 or try to get done 4-7, but not entirely sure if that's going to happen. Anyways, this is a Food City location. Obviously, all of them in Chattanooga area are Food City bought. So here's November 2021 with the Food City scheme coming up right there, seeing straight in the middle. Shopping returns things from Food City saying, please return carts here. Thank you. I like the old Bilo ones better when they had the old advertising. I should have snatched that thing off in 2021 when that location closed because I knew Bilo was getting eliminated. And I went to so many Bilos possible. Yeah. Also, this one closed in 2015. And this was a super Bilo, by the way. One of the Chattanooga area's only super Bilo, or there might have been a few others. But rest assured, that's it for the area of Chattanooga. There's still some areas of Chattanooga that we probably might not have known, including Cleveland. It's near Chattanooga, so those locations became Food City around that same time Chattanooga did. So here's our next location, 2310 McGrady Drive Southeast. Of course, to be a Food City, converting from an old Bilo store in 2015. I'll just get rid of this because it's starting to get annoying on my end trying to like punch address or something like that for a location like that. This opened in 2015. Obviously, Bilo moves out. There's the old Bilo thing on there. I don't see any sports aesthetics, just a regular dash itself. We all know what Bilo did. When it was in Columbia, they did the Carolina game. You pretty much know what the last 5 letters are. I'm not saying that. And then Clemson had a Clemson Paul, like Clemson Tigers, pretty much. Next one in Cleveland, also Food City at 255 Ocoee, or it's like Ocoee Crossings Northwest. Okay, I can't say that name properly, but correct me if I'm wrong on that one. That's in Cleveland, Tennessee, as well, a former Bilo to a Food City. Obviously, we all know what's happened to that location. They destroyed the Bilo facade front and converted it to their own Food City thing. Back then, they did cover up the Bilo leaves or all that kind of stuff and converted it. And then there would have been a leaf right there. This one's with a dash in 2007, December. Yep. Up close shot of a Bilo in 2007. How do we actually get that in the first place? Well, probably a lot of research when it comes to this. All right, checking comments right now. Really quickly. I don't see anything going on with this Sunday evening. It's 6:26 right now. And then we all know that this was Food City. So our next location brings us down there is, hard to believe it, a Columbia, Tennessee. That's right. 1906 Shady Brook Street in Columbia, Tennessee. That's the next location we're focusing on right now. I did not know they had a Tennessee with the thing, Columbia, whatever. It's now an Ollie's Bargain Outlet. Used to be a Bilo back in the day in the early 2000s. Pretty much got the Ollie's guy right here, which is a trademark of Ollie's Bargain Outlet, which I go to a lot in Easley. Definitely a good place because it's good and it's beautiful stuff, all for a cheap price. I actually did that in the end, but it most likely will be the case there. Moving on. So we all know that evidently Cookeville had a Bilo location on 377 West Jackson Street. I'm going to do this real quick and take about a 3-minute timeout. It's also in that it was also in Cookeville, Tennessee. Cookeville. Put that up there. What about a facade of it, like right there? It obviously became a different location, or not Food City. I was thinking Food City for a second, but no, it's not. This one became, get this, a Food Lion. Food Lion. Closed in 2004 was the Bilo store. Bilo closed at this location in 2007 or 2004. Moving on, there's Food Lion. Oh my goodness, that's the first time I've seen a Food Lion from a former Bilo store in Tennessee. Wow. And it still works to this very day, obviously, so that's some good news there. Dayton, Tennessee is our next location. 420 Market Street in Dayton, Tennessee. Let's go ahead and punch that up there real quick. We're going to do that store real quick. While you're banging again, we'll go to a break because obviously the gavel will be used, and y'all probably don't hear it, but there it is nearby Ray Country Highway. Am I in the right location? Because there's Food City. Yeah, I am. There it is. There's the Food City. I clearly see it. Oh my goodness. Former Bilo, obviously. That's the back of the store, sadly. So we're going to have to go to the front. What I'm going to do to go to the front here is I'm going to continue driving down like this is nothing. I used to do this in high school, like pretend drive on Google Maps or whatever. It's pretty fun. Just keep clicking away or something like that. Oh, Bilo, right there. Correct facade. Everything's correct. They changed to the savings without sacrifice. Now Food City's going to buy you. I know this was a savings without sacrifice. They kept the scheme for the Food City store. Didn't see any remnants of a leaf left, but it's still like this very day. Leaves were in between the food and the pharmacy logo and the cafe and the bakery logo. So there you go. Actually converted itself into a Food City, but kept the Bilo scheme. Obviously, Family Dollar's right there. I want to check out Family Dollar again in Liberty, but I'll be back there in about, not this upcoming week, but the next, closer to Thanksgiving. So still Food City this very day. Next, Dunlap, 7342 Tennessee Route 28. That's our next location. Put that up on the board. Also on 1 Jones Drive, you actually got something nearby. Is that the right location? Oh, it put us in the wrong location. Hold on just a moment. Look at that ICCE 300. I think it's the second generation. Here's 2007. I don't see anything left. And there was a McDonald's right there. Why did I go to the wrong one? 7342. Oh, because I was... Let me just try it one more time. Like, put us like right over here. Thank you. Right there. We see a Dollar Tree combined it with a Tractor Supply Company. So this had to have closed earlier than that. Earlier than many people think. This Bilo store, I guess, 2008, 2009, somewhere like that. Had the 290 style Bilo locations and the drugstore RX Bilo logo right there. And then you had that, it looked like it was from the 90s. It closed. Looked like and it looked like the scheme from a former A&P grocery store, which we all pretty much know what A&P used to be. So Atlantic and Pacific groceries. In case you probably don't know what A&P grocery store was, it was the Great Atlantic and Pacific Tea Company. Went bankrupt in 2015, obviously closing all their locations because they had to have been like that or something, like a bankruptcy filing or whatever. Yeah, pretty much get the point. Next up, 3715 Ringgold Road in Tennessee. We're making things go real quick for the finale or something. Try to at least. Again, in East Ridge, Tennessee. Let's go ahead and go to that one right there. This location used to be a Bilo, and looking at the scheme, it became Food City. I think that was one of the other areas of the Chattanooga region where this became a Bilo itself. Sadly, closing their doors permanently in 2024. No, not 2024, 2022. Sorry, this was an underperforming Food City store closed in late 2022, early 2023, somewhere like that. That closed. You had the Bilo scheme right there, and they took everything down. Like, nothing left. When this was a Food City, or for when this Bilo, except for the architectural scheme. Let's go back to 2014 when this was Bilo. Clearly see that the food and pharmacy logos there and all that kind of stuff. This used to be a Subway over here, so I'm getting a lot of opportunities on live streams. Still a Subway now, pretty much, as they talk about here. All right, kind of not see it, but it's there. You just don't know it. Next up, Etowah, 841 US 411. That's next on our board. Let's go ahead and put that on there. Obviously, it was sad for them both to close. All right, here's our next location. It did not even copy the location to the board. Oh, my goodness. All right, get out of here. There we go. That's the correct board. 841 US 411. Checking comments real quick. Nothing at the moment. But if you want to take a comment or a concern or something like that, you can always check our comment section. If you're new to the channel, Connor's Adventures 9484, that is me. Check us out at Connor's Adventures 9484 on YouTube. You're welcome to subscribe if you want. We do abandoned content a lot more. Next, I might be thinking about doing a either a Party City everything or something that I might have thought could have been a local region. But that'd be a lot of locations. I think we can manage to do Party City everything in a lot of states. But they're like, in a lot of states, pretty much get the point. All right, let's get back to this real quick. Date back to that location was converted from Bilo to Food City. What's crazy is this white text over here explaining what the address is, location here in Tennessee. Us here in South Carolina never had that kind of thing or whatever. And I find it kind of a little annoying to me, but for those in the Tennessee area, it's pretty much regular or normal or something like that. If I could try to fix this real quick and get out of the parking lot to get a picture of the Bilo store, I'll be happy at this point. And it looks like, I think that might have been a Rite Aid, is it? Right there. Yeah, it was. That one closed. Getting back to 2017, there was a Food City. And I don't have an image from when this was a Bilo, but it was a Bilo, a former Atlantic and Pacific Tea Company grocery store, if I had to guess, based on the aesthetics of the building. And they fixed it. Come on, Google Maps. Don't be stupid. Don't let me down now. Okay, I don't have any images of the Bilo store on this location, unfortunately, because they closed before they can get to it. That's all I have to say. Next location. Franklin only had one location. It was at 209 South Royal Oaks Boulevard. Let's go ahead and punch that up to the board real quick. That's our next location. Okay. Noticing having Bilo stores in my own memory. I have a good memory of Bilo stores. There's just nothing wrong with it. I mean, I went there a lot when I was little, but sad they closed in 2021. Get this. When they were closing, I was trying to go to as much Bilos in South Carolina as possible before it went out of business. Something to point out right there. And there's an at-home grocery store that took over the former Kmart, not former Bilo. That was a Kmart. Sorry, correction on that. Further down the road, we had a Bilo store somewhere, and that Bilo store was right over there at the end. Yeah. They had to have closed in 2001. I had to guess maybe a 2001 closing. That became Trees and Trends Unique Home Decor. I kind of wanted to check that out, but they would close as well. And it's also became an Coors consignment sale store. I think that's now converted to a Watson Glen shopping center or something like that. But I think that one also had to have closed. This was a temporary thing. And what also brought the competition was right here when Aldi opened, but no, that's not correct. Aldi opened in this half of the Bilo store that they demolished to put Aldi there. And it was next to, oh, wow, Once Upon a Child. Okay, probably go there later. Nah, that closed. Became, looks like a Nashville Brazilian type Krav Maga plus Jiu-Jitsu. So kind of like a karate thing, as they like to call it. Oh, my goodness. Was there since 2011? Was there since 2014, 2015 or something? Yeah. Food Lion, you ruined one half of the Bilo store already. I am honestly shocked. Why? Okay, moving on to our next location. Harrison only had one Bilo stores on Tennessee Route 58 at 8634. Let's go ahead and punch that up on the board real quick. Right there. Put that right there. Plug it in. Former Bilo store. Later, Food City. This was near the Chattanooga area. A lot of those near the Chattanooga, Tennessee area became food cities by 2015. So this one had to have closed also in 2015 to convert to that. Shouldn't be that much of a problem. Unfortunately, the glare is just being real stupid to us. Let's go back to 2014. This was a Bilo then. Now a Food City. Yep. And this might have been also a former Winn-Dixie or a Farmore. It looks like either a former Winn-Dixie or a Farmore to me. I don't know. But Farmore couldn't have moved down that far. Oh, well. Food City bought it in 2024. 2025 in March to this part of it. Now still owns by it. They actually moved into that former Bilo. Could have been a Winn-Dixie. Could have been a Kroger. Could have been a Farmore, which I don't think is Farmore. But Food City opened up, obviously, in 2015. Our next location, Hickson, only had at least two locations. 5604 Hickson Pike was one of the first ones there. So we're going to go over that. Now currently a Food City. Put that right there on the dashboard. And this is the location right here. There's Food City all the way down there. Former Bilo, let's go back to 2016. They didn't have to have kept that scheme that long. I think it was one of those Super Bilo stores. That's right, Super Bilo. We're going to go back to 2014. This was a Bilo. There it is, Super Bilo. How exciting is that? How coincidental at this point. How coincidental. There you go. So, Hickson, you got this, and you got beautiful Food City stores or whatever. Nothing wrong, no offense. It's just a lot of stuff going on throughout. What's next? Yeah, I'm just kidding. Let's get back to the property again. This was a Super Bilo. The next location now that moved into a Food City because Hickson was around the Chattanooga, Tennessee area, if you may not know. So here we go. Next location, punching it up on the board right now. $85.30 Hickson Pike was the last located Bilos in this area. Bilo, pretty good city, pretty good area. Came Food City, and Food City Gas moved in. Gas in Go, if I had to guess. Now it was Food City Gas Station or whatever. This was a former Bilo, had the savings without sacrifice scheme in 2014, early 2015, something like that. And then, or air could have changed. Oh boy. Sorry about that. Computer being stupid. Not done to dismiss this whole session yet. Had painted over to make it look like it was a savings without sacrifice scheme from Bilo when Food City moved in. Probably. I'd say they nailed it. Look at the 2011 footage, the old school Bilo logo, food and pharmacy like that. And they kept on holding to this. Didn't even see a 1990s logo. Oh, can we go back down here to 2007 maybe? I want to try something. Can we just go into the parking lot where there's like a Food City right there? Like something. No, we're not going to. Nope, ain't happening. Ain't buying it. But we all know this was a former Bilo, and it was converted to a food city. Because Hickson is near, you want to believe this? Hickson is near Chattanooga. Could have also been the same thing a while. Makes sense. Okay, going into the music area, or getting into the territory, Knoxville, Tennessee had about 7 Bilo locations. That's right, we're going to Knoxville, baby. Yeah! First one was at 4580 B. Chapman Highway in Knoxville. That's our first location. Was Big Lots until they started liquidating in 2025. And they were not. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Or I'm going to mute myself real quick. All right, back. Something tickled my throat. All right. No excuse. This Bilo closed and became a Big Lots. That's right. Big Lots. We even have a liquidation going on right there. Closing. Big Lots location. They were never bought by Verity Wholesale. So that one closed down permanently. And I'm pretty sure the logo's gone already on that, if I guess. All right. Dating back to 2018. Big Lots with their big logo. Nice way to greet customers. Kind of like the one from where the Bilo in, I believe, Simpsonville was. I don't know. Although like that was a former Bilo store, obviously. I can tell you that much. Nothing from 2011. They did get rid of the Bilo logo. They just closed or something like that. Go back to 2007, please. Yep, they closed that in 2005. Became Food City. Shuttered that one down. Then opened a Big Lots. Then they went bankrupt, and they closed their doors. This one particularly because it was not bought by Verity Wholesale, which currently owns Big Lots. Terrible. Next up, 111 or 11130 Kingston Pike, or if I could say it correctly. Sorry about that. So it's 11130 Kingston Pike in Knoxville, Tennessee. The Food City store was all the way down here. Or, no, was it a Food City? I don't think it was. Hold on, man. Let me look back at the big. No, it's currently Savannah. I cannot say that last word. It might be inappropriate if I even tried to say it. So I'm just going to say Savannah Grocery Store. Something like that, because no, I'm not like that. Former Bilo store that closed in 2007, 2008, maybe, something like that, because of their first bankruptcy. Bilo LLC's first bankruptcy. Yay, I finally found out. Yeah, it's a Savannah store now, obviously. Got rid of the Bilo facade, except for the sides right there, and the window in the side corner. Making it look a little rare. Probably stayed abandoned, but not really. Next one, 140 North Forest Park Boulevard. That's our next location. Going down to the big board right now, go over here, and then there we go. Former Bilo, obviously. Look at the architecture itself. Was called more or less Christmas, or I cannot say that name properly, but it was in the Knoxville area, so it makes a whole lot of sense this evening. Okie dokie. Yeah. Karma Stores Christmas. I think that's what it was. I don't know, whatever. It used to be an Earth Bike. Yep. No, it used to be an Earth Fresh. Earth Fresh. Sorry about that. That had to have closed. Bankruptcy was the reason why. Going back to 2012, Earth Fair. Have you heard of Earth Fair? This was the Bilo. There's the Bilo scheme. The Bilo scheme everyone was looking for. Next up, location 8905 Kingston Pike in Knoxville. We're still in the area. We're not done with Knoxville yet. There's the former Bilo store right there. And they say this Bilo had closed. Or was it a food? It was a Food City. Then they closed it down. No, as the Bilo scheme became a Food City store and closed in 2013, became something else, closed later. That's what I was thinking of for just a moment, but it was an old Bilo. Look at the scheme right there. It tells you why, pretty much. Yep, And this one like open till midnight. I think it might have been a Food City scheme, but it could have been a buy low scheme as well. Same time. So I have to take a look at that. Still abandoned this very day, as we all say. 7322 Maynardville Pike in Knoxville. Another one of those locations of buy low. Let's go over there. See what's brewing over there, pretty much. So it closed down, obviously, right there, 2017, 2018. I think that was frost on the black of the entire buy low logo. Yeah, it was like frost or something. Back onto the main highway right now. We did get to see this convert to a hospital-like thing, an urgent care area for the Tennessee area for people who need to be sick the most. So I went from a grocery store to a health place. Like, I totally understand. People might need help all this time. All right, 2007. Okay, closed way back in 2001, if I had to guess. Maybe 2002? If not, early 2000s. That one had closed. Next one, 284 Morrill Road. Let's go over there now. Put that up there. Yep. Right now, it's a Food City. Obviously, we converted to a Food City, and this may have closed in 2015 or something. It could be earlier because this was not within the Chattanooga area. Let's go back to August 2015, and we see the Food City logo. Go back to 2014. Still a Food City. 2011. Food City. Oh, no. Buy low's already left the property in the early 2000s, and I just don't see the buy low logo at all. Oh, okay, that's not good. But it was a former buy low nevertheless. And our last Knoxville location, 4216 North Broadway. Oh, that was converted to a Food City, but then that actually closed as well. So let's go over here and take a peek at what happened here. What? Okay, I was about to say, there had to have been a 4216 North Broadway in Knoxville. Not that. Okay, so it was a Food City originally in a former buy low itself. You can tell from the colors and the scheme of this buy low location becoming a Food City. They also had the and thing right there. And then this part over here, which you probably look like a castle, but it has like a half circle black glass facade or something like that. That's how I know this was a buy low. Then Food City would obviously close their doors. What's next? Food City is what's next. So us also in early 2000s closing. That's the last one in Knoxville, Tennessee. We got to wrap it up now on that part. Next one was at La Vegan or something like that. I cannot say the name properly, but it was on 5145 Murfreesboro Road. Let's go ahead and put that on the board. Sorry about that. I can't even pronounce. See, I'm really bad at pronouncing names or something. And then once it's over here without street. That's stupid. Okay. Goodbye if you want to do that. If not, totally fine. Up to me. Now, let's see where we're at on comments. Not seeing anything much. If you want to comment, feel free to. If you want to like the video, you can. It helps a lot for the channel. And also, tonight, I'm going to be doing a monologue after the stream for Minute Adventures. We're doing shorts again. And Minute Adventures is all about stuff and everything for the channel in just 1 minute. I'll probably do it live tonight at 9 o'clock, but not live on YouTube, just like a post on the YouTube Shorts story. So check it out there. Anyways, let's go ahead. And this was a former buy low location. Oh, no. It's this bit. McDonald's just blocked our shot. How could you do that, McDonald's? Oh, I was relying on you, but now I can't rely on you anymore, McDonald's. You are so silly for that. Well, anyways, there's the Kroger building right there. How to move a little bit in 2017. Let's go to 2013. Yeah, there's still a Kroger. And this is a former buy low as well. I think it might have been something before that. I can't read that. It could have been buy low, could have been something else. Kroger moves in 2011, steals the property, moves on, and pretty much going all the way, or so we thought. It was a former buy low location closing in the early 2000s. Lawrenceburg only had one buy low location. It was at 1608 North Locust Avenue. Yes, I can say that one correctly. Let's go ahead and punch it up to the big board right now. This is the Bilo store that I was talking about. This makes things a whole lot faster. 2022, we all know that this was a former Bilo, and that became a Save-A-Lot. You could have put the Save-A-Lot logo right there, and it still would have stand out, but okay, I see where you're going with this. Pretty much, yeah. So Save-A-Lot stays open on one side. It could have been the other side converted halfly to a Save-A-Lot store. It's also got that Save-A-Lot scheme. Because the other half of the Bilo was abandoned. Sorry for being loud, but this is actually true. Go back to 2007. Everything's gone. I think we'll go to 2008. It might have been some type of mistake. Came a Save-A-Lot there. Early to mid 2000s, this location did shut their doors. It wasn't until 2007 before Google Maps could make their way all the way down to that area. That makes sense. Lebanon only had one location. It was at 1313 at West Main Street. Let's go ahead and get that going. So okay, you're not going to give us a street. That is stupid for not giving us a street view look at the former Bilo. Obviously, what? Stupid Google Maps saying that there's no Lawrenceburg area in the Tennessee. That's stupid. So this was obviously a bargain hunt. I might do that, a bargain hunt everything, or a Party City everything, because they're all closed now. This one also had to have closed in 2025 as a result of bankruptcy. Let's go ahead and take a look at the images. There are a few images of what it looked like inside. I'll give credit to you. This was during the liquidation sale in their last 10 days. That's right, February 2025 in this former Bilo store. Credit to Asher 10 Abandoned Building for this. Thank you very, very much for letting us show it on Google Maps. Images may be subject to copyright. That's the latest. Yeah, this is their final 10 days and counting of their liquidation sale. This was a former Bilo store. And we still go to Asher 10 Abandoned Building. I'm going to give you credit, okay? Although I forgot to ask you about that, I'm still giving you credit for being on my channel. So, Asher 10 Abandoned Building. If you have that, if you actually have a YouTube channel, definitely go check him out. Definitely go check that user out. He's really, really good. Now let's get back to my point of view, all right? This was a bargain hunt, and it was a former Bilo store at the same time. If you look at the architecture of this former Bilo. November 2017, this had to have stayed as a bargain hunt. I can't see the green thing, but this BP car wash is blocking my shot again. Why? Okay. And then it became a Circle K. Ruby Tuesday alert. There's a Ruby Tuesday in the area. I don't know if it's closed down or not. I think it's still open, but I'm not entirely sure. I've never watched. All right. In November 2009, we can clearly see a good clear shot. The Bilo store was already closed. Let's go all the way back to 2007. They left the area a lot. So early 2000s closings again. Crazy. Lenoir City, Tennessee had only one location at 785 Highway 321. Are we like counting down like 3, 2, 1? That's just crazy. Non-stop coverage continues now on the Bilo Everything finale. All right. Gold's Gym is right. There used to be the Rush. It was also somewhere where Bilo once was. Well, anyways, that's where this entire thing is. We got to keep going down, and we should appreciably approach this area was a former Bilo. Yeah, it became Tractor Supply Company. Then the Rush, I'm pretty sure, based on the circular logo. That was one of the Rush locations. Then it got converted to Gold's Gym after that, obviously. All Rush locations will get converted into Gold's Gym by 2015. Yeah, because the Rush ain't no more. Like the Rush Fitness, all closed. Yeah. No. Yeah. Gold's Gym bought the entire brand of the Rush Fitness Complex. Hope you still have the Rush Fitness Complex because those can come in handy as a retail fitness museum or stuff like that. 2015 converted all Rush Fitness Complexes to Gold's Gym. That's what it was. This was also a former Bilo store. Couldn't make out this part of the area right there, but didn't see that this was a Bilo. And Tractor Supply Company caught that building right there. Manchester only had one location at 2050 Hillsborough Boulevard, and we'll actually take a look at that in just about 2.5 minutes. Stay with us. We will be right back with more of Bilo Everything. And coming up later on, we are a little bit over halfway. Still got a lot of a stretch to go through, like a warm stretch or something like that. You'll probably have to think twice before you get this Bilo. Stay with us. Bilo Everything, the grand finale, returning in about 3 to 3.5 minutes. I didn't mean to say 3.5 minutes on that. Welcome back, everybody. I just watched the lottery drawing on this phone here. I'm not going to even show it or audio or anything. I'll just keep watching it from my perspective. Copyright reasons. Welcome back to Bilo Everything. It's the grand finale. Today we're taking a look at a Tennessee location, all Tennessee stores. There was about 48, I guess, of those locations. Let's go ahead and take a look at what the comments have to say this evening. If anyone wants to comment, the comment section is down below on live stream, live chat. You're welcome to send in anything if you want to. If not, it's totally fine. So, yeah, you pretty much get the point. This was a former Bilo there. Yeah. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody, to Bilo Everything, the grand finale. We were trying to get that point there, but I guess it didn't want to slip through or work. So we were going through Manchester, 2050 Hillsborough Road last time before we went to break. Or try to go down there. Let's go ahead and go to it. There he is. There it is, the former Bilo. Oh, my goodness. Looks great. Looks like from the 2000s or early 80s or something like that. I got to get some images back from when Bilo had been different, okay? They had an older logo. They changed their logo a lot. But this used to be Southern Family Markets. Yeah, that kind of store. Has been closed for quite a while. Then it became a safe storage building. Well, what if Bilo was here on the image from 2008? No, it wasn't. Because it said in 2013, this was Southern Family Markets. Markets. Oh boy, I was a little, Southern had that until closing not long after Bilo moved out. Shocked that they was still in business. Or closed later or earlier than that. You got cars right there in the parking lot. I mean, it's now a self-storage place when anyone wants storage to save. Go to Manchester, Tennessee, go to this former Bilo, and take a look at Safe Storage. Safe Storage. That's the brand right there. Already starting to ding in my head. What should we do next? How about I go ahead and announce the next location? Maryville, Tennessee. That's right. There was only one Bilo store in the Maryville, Tennessee area. It became a food city. So I guess closed in 2015 if it was near the Chattanooga area. So we're going to go ahead and bring you over to that one right now at a glance. You can clearly see that there is actually a gas station-like thing right there from Food City. A lot of Bilo stores. Going to take a while, obviously, be an hour and a half before we go through this entire thing itself. Oh, my nose is swollen. I don't know what's wrong. Oh, well. I'll just keep rolling. In 2016, Food Line was there, obviously, because we all know pretty well that Food City was there in 2016. Back to 2012 we go. This was still a Food City. Going back to 2007, still a Food City, but without the gas station. Early 2000s closing, if I have to say. A lot of those have closed in the early 2000s. Next one, McMinnville only had one location at 835 Smithville Highway, which later became Foodland. Now it's a WDG. Let's go ahead and take a look through the years of this location. Was a former Bilo. We all pretty much know about it. Yeah, because it was kind of grayed out a little bit. A discount tobacco outlet in this WDG, which stands for Warehouse District. Oh, no, I read it wrong. Which stands for Warehouse Discount Groceries. Yes, former Bilo store. They kept the bakery side and the food side from the original Bilo tenant itself. In 2013, this location was also a Foodland, so it must have closed in the early 2000s. Or no, not the early 2000s. Finally got to see a Bilo logo in over 10 minutes. That's crazy. There's a lot on there. Former Blockbuster up there had to have closed in 2012 or 2011 or something like that. Bilo would close in 2010, 2011, somewhere like that. Be converted into a Foodland. Might have been a 2012, 2013 closing. Probably converted to that. As of now, Foodland would announce that they would be closing their doors to the public. And what picked it up after the closing, I see a plus there, the bakery and cafe and the food, not pharmacy, WDG, Warehouse Discount Groceries. Okay, that's annoying. Anyways, that's what it is this very day. And for some reason, they could have used that part of the old Bilo sign to stay in business, because that one had the old 90s, late 80s style, and then the early 2000s one like this over there. Murfreesboro only had two Bilo locations. First one at 1691 Memorial Boulevard. Let's go ahead and go to that one real quick. And the gavel right here that I have in my hand, but not swinging at it or whatever. Guess what? Yeah. It's this thing where I bang to end the entire thing. I'm just set this down right now. I want to get a good close-up of that happening when we do end our show. Or I think that's something new. I actually have gavels. That's true. I have a gavel. If you want to see my gavel right now, even though it's very true about it, let's go to camera one. There it is. If you want a good farther distance, can we go to camera two, please? I want to go to camera two really bad if we do that. Yeah, thank you. Right there. Right over there. I just swing it and be like, This thing is so over. It's like that thing right there on the court show. Like, oh my goodness, it's probably something different. Okay, I'm really getting off topic. No one on the comment section. That's totally fine if you want to comment if you want, but you can if you need to or want to. But if not, totally fine. Here we go. Back to the location we were trying to get to. There it is. 1862 US 231 Scenic Road in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Former Bilo grocery store. Half of it converted to a Gold's Gym. And taking a look at it, yeah, it was a Gold's Gym. A lot of it. Was a former Publix, though. Oh my goodness. Former Publix. Wow. Why did Publix have to close that store down in the old Bilo? I was not aware of that. I wonder if this was going to be a gas station later on. I think it was, yeah. It was an express-like thing. Then Gold's Gym took over in 2013. Shocker enough that Publix would move out of there entirely. And then a career institution center moves on part of the building, but not on the fitness side. It could have been like that. I'll read it again. Georgia Career Institute. Okay, so this must be near Georgia then. I have no work. Oh my goodness. We all know it's an early 2000s Bilo closing. Late 90s, early 2000s, or something like that. Murfreesboro also had 1731 South Rutherford Road, or South Rutherford Boulevard. Let's go ahead and put that up there, please. And thank you very much. Currently Publix, former Bilo. You pretty much get the deal out of this just a lot. There it is. Feast your eyes on this former Publix building. Go back to 2012, and it still had the Publix logo on it. It was also, look at this next bus, or, yeah, that's the next bus. I can tell it. School bus. Then you also had a Bluebird A3FE right here, but I'm not in the school bus. This is not the school bus channel. This is supposed to be an abandoned channel. I think this was a former Bilo. It was a former Bilo itself, looking at everything else in particular. But apparently Publix moved in 2005. So still open to this very days of Publix. That's a pretty good location. You took over a former Bilo just to put a Publix building right there. Lovely. You want to keep your own food and pharmacy scheme or whatever. You wanted to if you wanted to, but not really. Oak Ridge only had one location. It was at 1199 Oak Ridge Turnpike. Became a Food City in 2015, if I had to guess. And something's biting me in my eye real quick. I'm just rubbing it to make sure that, okay. I didn't have to announce on this. Weird. Anyways, going back to that in 2015, this was after the Bilo conversion to a Food City. I think this Food City is still open, but it could have also been closed too. It's not closed. It's still open. Rocket strong. Kind of looks like a former Piggly Wiggly when you look at the aesthetics of the building. A former Piggly Wiggly. It'd also be like a Bilo or something. It was a Bilo, but it kind of looked like that this also had schemes to either a Food Lion or a Piggly Wiggly grocery store. Based on the looks of it. Yeah, Piggly Wiggly is a thing. Many people may not know that, but it is actually a thing. Going back to 2012, we saw that bakery and pharmacy thing. I can't see real well because all those buildings are, especially that Ace grocery store, was trying to ruin my shot, obviously. In 2007, I think this was converted to a Food City in 2006 or so. I don't know. It could be like that. But that, right there, former Bilo. The architecture or arch could have also been like a Piggly Wiggly. Not judging it. I'm just going to say Ottawa, but it could have been also Ottawa, or I don't know how to say it name correctly. There were two locations, one at 9213 Lee Highway. So let's go ahead and go that way right now. Punch that up right there. Food City right there. In the former Bilo, I think this was a Super Bilo back in the day. Super Bilo. Right there. It could have also been a regular Bilo store for a lot. So I have to go back all the way over here to try to fix it. I don't know if this will last 2 hours, but it does be the longest string here on my channel's history. 2014 shows. This was a super buy low. I was right when I thought it was a super buy low for some reason. Wow. It was a super buy low. Yeah, no, we're not going to hit 2 hours. We're at 1 hour, 10 minutes, 56 seconds. We're almost done, though. It closed in 2015. Again, I think it was around the Chattanooga area or something. Converted into a food city. Still is a food city to this very day. Surprisingly, keeping the buy low architecture still up on this building. But apparently this looks like a Mexican restaurant or something like that out of business. Puts that out of business completely. Like it's done. Call it the El Cortez Mexican restaurant. Good going. You just shut down a good restaurant for some people who like it, or some people who didn't like it, but they didn't care. The next one is this is the last one in Ottawa or Ottawa or something like that. 1667 Ottawa Ringgold Road. Or Ottawa Ringgold Road. I can't say the town, city, something like that name correctly without messing up. But this was a former buy low, converted in 2015 to a food city. A lot of them were food cities, obviously, like this one too. Kind of a waste of time when you keep talking about food city itself. 2017. So we don't have any photos from the former buy low. Oh, man, I am so upset now. But you pretty much know what we can do. Just get rid of the food city logo. The picture of buy low was there. I think it might have been a super buy low from the look and the size of the store was a super buy low. So that closed in 2015. Food City moves in. Absolutely shocking because I've never had that happen before in a while. Pulaski only have one location at 814 West College Street. That's going to be our next location right there. I want to take a look at this place real quick. I mean, if you go down all the way, you can clearly see the sign that says Market Center. I think that's where the buy low logo used to go. But it could have not been also. Rumors have it this buy low store became Piggly Wiggly and then closed their doors after Piggly Wiggly was moved out prior to buy low's goodbye. So buy low closed in the early 2000s. Piggly Wiggly moved in 2006, if I had to guess, 2006, 2005. You also had that, but the Piggly Wiggly store closed its doors. Good. We are taking a commercial break, though. We'll be back in about a minute. Stay with us. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. Connor's School Bus Adventures says hello. Well, hello, Connor's School Bus Adventures. Welcome to the channel. So nice to meet you, everybody. Continuing our buy low everything, we were talking about this location right up here. A former Piggly Wiggly store that closed in probably 2011, 2012, if I had to guess. Got rid of the scheme, got rid of the logo, pretty much. Can't hear anything. It stayed faded pretty much with the old Piggly Wiggly scheme. People thought this was still open. Apparently not. I'm also giving some buy low schemes out of it. Could have also been a super Kmart, but not really. Here we go to 2021. They finally painted over the old Piggly Wiggly in 2017, 2018. Oh my goodness. And it's now Marketplace Center. It's a dead shopping center pretty much. The actual store there in the center that still is open. And that place is called Give Me a $5. That's the name of it. All right. And new comment. Ian, the Turning Red and NASCAR EAS fan 4, otherwise known as Ian. He says, hello. Welcome on in, Ian. All right. Pretty good channel name. All right, continuing on, this was a former Bilo itself, and apparently closed in early 2000s, converted to a Piggly Wiggly, closed down, and now it's give me a $5 business. No, it's actually named that. It isn't vacant anymore. Red Bank only had one location. We are just 4 stores away from finishing the entire few-week project of Bilo everything. Red Bank only had one location. It's at 3901 Dayton Boulevard in Red Bank, Tennessee. Former Bilo, currently a Food City. Now, let me tell you, a lot of the Tennessee Bilo stores were closed in 2015 around the Chattanooga area to convert those locations, and some of them outside of that to convert them from Bilo to Food City. Let's go back to 2011. Bilo is in business. 2014, they still keep rocking strong. I think this was also around the Chattanooga area, so this closed and became Food City in 2015, somewhere in August. And in 2025, it's still rocking strong. The scheme of the building itself still there, except one half of it is still a Starbucks. Again, it was an original Bilo, not a super Bilo, just a regular one. Third to last store, Shelby had one location at 612 Madison Street. Let's go ahead and go to that one real quick. Oh my goodness. Channel requests are now open for the next episodes of Abandoned Over the Years. Check the comment section for more details on my community post that I'll be posting later tonight. I'm also going to go live. I'm also going to do a Minute Adventures short coming up later. There it is. This is at 601 Madison Street, Shelbyville, Tennessee. The former Bilo Arise. Right there. Had the old colors painted back to this Rosa scheme, but this Bilo store had to have closed in the early 2000s, became Southerners, and then closed their doors down in like 2012, 2011, becoming Rosas after Bilo had left. And oh my goodness, did I really had to say that 4-letter dirty word while I was trying to say left? Oh my goodness, get out of here. Anyways, y'all can still stay. It was just my mistake on my end. Anyways, getting back to that Bilo location, clearly see here that the Roses store itself, right over here, takes over the scheme where Bilo left, then Southerners moved in, then Southerners left, and now Roses has this. Still open to this very day and is going strong. I am so glad that they had that kind of stuff taken care of. For those who, what I said earlier, I do apologize. It was a mistake. Oh my goodness. Again, that was in Shelbyville. Next one in Scottsy Daisy. Only one location there at 10161 Dayton Pikeway. Or Dayton Pike. Also could have been a Pikeway or something. I could have called it like that. Let's go ahead and put that up there right now. Former Bilo store right there. Currently Food City. According to this thing, all the way down here. Still rocking it strong. Had that savings without sacrifice scheme on the building still when Bilo was there. Oh, look at that. I cannot believe it. I just found a KFC bucket right over here. Come on. We're talking about Bilo. Here's 2007. Obviously looking okay, like an old one. Savings without sacrifice scheme painting in 2014, obviously. 2015, something like that. It was converted to a Food City, which kept the savings without sacrifice scheme up there, or kind of did it on their own. Not entirely sure what was that in 2015. Still Food City to this very day. Very, very, very day. Still a Food City. Has a gas and go light right there, and a subway connecting that Food City convenience store. I'm like, wow, that's just so crazy. I mean, my voice has been a little off today. Okay, I see how it's going. And let's go to South Pittsburgh, Tennessee. There was one like that. Okay. One location there, 100 North Cedar Avenue. Second to last Bilo location. Let's knock it out of the ballpark, as they all say. All right. Sorry if I'm getting a little loud or anything. I was just trying to hurry up so I can have dinner. Or something like that. It was a former Bilo itself. Look at that. Also, an Atlantic and Pacific Bell grocery store, or Atlantic Pacific Tea grocery store company, whatever, was there. Then Bilo took over. Bilo closed. Then Food Land moved in. Still a Food Land to this very day. I've never seen a Food Land open, in my opinion. And now we take a look at the very, very last buy low. That's right. It's in Tullahoma, the last one we're covering. That's all of Tennessee right there. 1802 North Jackson Street. Let's go ahead and get that last buy low going. We want to wrap up this project a lot quicker, so let's do it. All right. So the buy low would have been like right there. Let's go to 2015. Okay, yeah, I see. There's a Taco Bell right there. I can tell from the architecture of the building. A Taco Bell, I'm just going to paint it to its modern day one that looks like a shoebox and I like. Yeah, pretty much. Still had that old logo there, so I'm still proud of that. There was a Big Lots right there that liquidated. I think also closed at the same time. This is prior to the bankruptcy, so I think they're not open anymore. But what we're talking about is this last location right here, former Bilo itself. Got rid of the label scar, all that kind of stuff. And then it turned into a Southerner. Southerners closed in 2009. And then this had abandoned for a few years before in 2011, early 2012. Dunham's Sports moves in. To this very day, still looking good. Dollar Tree to the side of it, still there until it got converted to Results and many other different things. They had to have closed or relocated down the shopping center. It's just a thing, okay? That's what it is. Well, that is all she wrote about Bilo locations. Guess what? This is it. We are now officially done. Oh, that fell. We're now officially done with the Bilo everything. There we go. That's the signal. Everything is done. I just feel glee or very amazing. I kind of want to do it one more time. Like, there we go. It is officially over. We made it at all the Bilo locations. There we go. Oh my goodness. That was so much fun over the past few weeks. Thank you so much for joining us. Stay tuned in about an hour or so. We'll probably do a Minute Adventures on YouTube or something like that. Boy, did you have a lot of fun. I sure did. Yep. That was just so stupid of myself saying like that. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's it. That's it for now. I'll probably go live soon, and we'll actually see each other coming up tonight. If we do a Minute Adventures, we'll probably do one on something coming up very closely on what a winter looks like and everything else. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. Good night. Stay safe and stay smart, everybody.